For someone who doesn't know your story, if you could summarize it in a sentence, maybe 2 sentences, why did people fear you?
I was ruthless. I didn't care. I ruled with fear. I wanted you to fear me. I didn't want you to love me. I wanted you to fear me. I thought fear was better than love, you know? So I was the guy that went and did it all, did anything with it. If you told me $1 million in the house, I'm gonna go in there and find out if it really was in there. Now, I'll be mad at you later on to find out it was a lie, but I'm going up in there to go get that. Or if you told me somebody hurt one of my guys, we're gonna go handle that. I'm gonna make you guys go handle that. We're not sitting around not doing anything, you know? So I ruled with fear, you know? So they just call me Crazy Sylvester. As a kid, they call me Crazy Sylvester, you know, so.
Crazy Sylvester. Okay, so now we're going to talk about childhood of a gangster, okay? So let's start with your dad and that moment you saw him, who was cruel.
Yeah.
Right? And you saw him get beat down by that gang member. And I want to talk about the metamorphosis of Romeo.
Right.
How you, from that moment, something clicked and you were no longer Edwin. Let us know how old you were, paint the picture so we can feel like we're there with you.
So my father was he went to Vietnam and came back very violent. And he had our whole house scared. So I feared my father more than God or the devil, you know? And he was real abusive. And I remember one time, I told you a story before that we was driving and my father hit someone's car. And the guy jumped out and beat my father up, and that was the happiest day. I seen the devil, I seen God get beat up. So it turned me on, you know what I mean? I was excited about that. You know, he's not undefeatable. He's not as tough as I thought he was, you know? So that's how that happened right there. So.
Talk about Romeo. Talk about how you became Romeo and how you got jumped in and what happened in juvie.
So I didn't want to be a gang member. My family was gang members. I was really wanted to be a good kid, but I was in a bad environment. So a Crip actually taught me how to be a blood. So he actually taught me how to be a blood. Gang clothing, taught me how to shoot guns. I think I was like 10, 11 years old. I used to hang with this OG guy. And I didn't want to be a gang member, but it fell into it. So my sister and my cousin and them, they was all gangbangers. So I used to hang with the gangbangers by default. And they just took me under their wing. So I was their test monkey, like for drugs, smoke this, try this, that, or take me on crimes that I didn't want to go on, but I was too scared to say no. So I did crimes with all these gang members, and you had to be official back then. You couldn't be just what's it called? What's the word they use? I can't think of the word. It's not. Anyway, I had to be official. So to make me official, they had to jump me into the skating. I got jumped in the Arlington skating ring. So I was probably I might have been like 11 years old. They bought me a gray khaki suit. No, the tan. They bought me a tan khaki suit. The red rag, they ironed it up for me, had the brim hat. They rolled me up on the bike up there. I was scared the whole time on my way there because I really didn't want to do this, but I had to, you know, so I got it. Soon I jumped off the bike, one guy socked me, and then we was fighting. I had to fight, and then I lost, but he beat me up, but I fought back, and then I became officially from Black P Stone, you know.
Tell me about the robberies, being the apprentice to those OGs.
So, hanging with the gangs, the drug era was big back then. The cocaine era, first, it was like a white man's drug that we had no part of that. So most guys got strung out on drugs because they wanted to do what the white man did. But it was like I had Jamaicans and different big time gang members in my neighborhood that liked me. They trusted me. So I became their runner or their lookout guy. They watched me stand right there if you see anything, whistle or go drop this pack package off for me. Just tell them that you with me and no one bothers you. That's how I became into drug. I was a drug dealer, but 11, 12 years old. I had starter coats and finger waves. They had me dressed. I looked like $1 million as a baby. And they, a lot of them wasn't supposed to touch me, but a lot of them tried to start robbing me. I started getting robbed. I started getting robbed from the 20s. As a matter of fact, if I back the story up, before I became Blackstone, I was running with the NHB 20s. And the NHB 20s to rob me because the drug dealers had me. That was their go-to guy, the little youngster. So I end up accepting really being from Black P. Stone because the Black P. Stones, they let me have money. They didn't take from me like the other gangs used to rob me. So I became the runner for all the big drug dealers. You know, I can say so many names, but I'm not gonna say them. But I was the drug runner for all of them, and I was well protected. You know, even though now that some are still alive, they still look up to me a lot. You know.